It's recommended to play this good game, or else I'm going to get mad.
Hardmancanada.
It's recommended to play this good game, or else I'm going to get mad. Hello everybody and happy Valentine's Day. I will talk about a subject that shows the spirit of Valentine's Day. The war between video game companies. The war between them shows how much they love each other. For example, McDonald's versus Burger King, PC against Mac, Bigfoot against the Loch Ness Monster, Battlefield against Call of Duty, men with mustache against men with no mustache, Puyo Puyo versus Tetris, and especially the arrow in people's knee against the blowing wind. I live long enough to show you the top 6 console war of all times. It's recommended to play this good game, or else I'm going to get mad. Number 6. The Game Boy versus the Game Gear. There was also Atari Lynx at the time, but it wasn't very popular. The Game Boy had a good battery life, but it was in black and white, and it was too hard to see. The Game Gear was more powerful with better graphics, and it was in color, but the battery died after 2-3 hours because it was too powerful at the time. It was a war between an easy to use console and a very powerful console. It was the first real portable console war. It's recommended to play this good game, or else I'm going to get mad. Before PlayStation, Xbox, and even before Nintendo and Sega, there was Atari 2600. It was the second generation of console. It was one of the first cartridge-based video game consoles. There was popular games on it like Pitfall, Space Invaders, Frogger, and Pac-Man. One of his biggest rivals was ColecoVision. Number 5. Atari versus ColecoVision. Atari was more popular, but Coleco was more powerful. Back then there was no rules in the video game war, so you know what they did? Coleco made an adapter to play Atari games. Can you imagine that? Imagine if today PlayStation 3 made an adapter to play Xbox 360 games. The Xbox fan will do a Hadouken to every PlayStation 3 fans ever made.
Hadouken!
For example, like that. Me, Docolocolo, I hired Ryu to come and beat you. Go, attack him.
Hadouken! Hadouken!
Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa! It's recommended to play this good game, or else I'm going to get mad. Number 4. PSP versus Nintendo DS. The portable gaming went to the next level in this war. We removed the battery and began using rechargeable battery, which is easier to handle. The graphic of the PSP is almost as good as the one in PlayStation 2 and Sega Dreamcast. We can surf the internet, play music, watch movies, but the online game is limited. The DS is less powerful, but game can be more interactive because of the touch screen, which is a great innovation. And the online game is a lot better. It's the war between power versus creativity. Oh, they are so cute. They would make a great couple. The PSP is the husband and the DS is a wife. Oh, they are so cute. It's recommended to play this good game, or else I'm going to get mad.
Yeah, yun man, yung may padmato, yun da man. Hot shit, Ronaldo, woo! Double pirouette, go ahead.
It's recommended to play this good game, or else I'm going to get mad. Number 3. PlayStation 3 versus Xbox 360. The PlayStation 3 is the most powerful console ever made in the history, but the Xbox 360 is a tough competition for the PlayStation 3 because it has a better online experience, it's cheaper, and the Xbox arrived at the right time at the right place to have a 1-year head start. With the rise of the internet, fanboys defend their favorite console like over the internet. They can debate and do a war of YouTube comments, for example. In this war, fanboys are out of control like never before. For example, PlayStation 3 fanboys will never give Xbox users a break about the red ring of death. Let me give you an example. In the beginning, the Xbox 360 could break at any time, and when it breaks, there was a red ring of death, and it will self-destruct in 10 minutes. Many houses caught on fire because of it. And the Xbox user will never give a PlayStation 3 users a break about its insane price. For example, at first, the PlayStation 3 with all the accessories costed $800 in my country, and everyone hated the PlayStation 3. It's the same thing as people buying bread for a good price. You buy a bread every week. For example, on week 1, the bread cost $5.04. Okay, we are going to buy it. At week 2, the bread cost $5.05. Okay, we will continue to buy it. But at week 3, the bread cost $5.06. Yeah, you heard me. $5.06. That's too much. Are you out of your mind? Are you insane? Most people will never buy a bread that costs $5.06. It's too much. Well, people use the same logic with the price of the PlayStation 3. $800 was too much for a video game console. It's a war between extreme power and the best online experience. It's also a war of crazy fanboys. It's recommended to play this good game, or else I'm going to get mad. Number 2. PlayStation 2 versus Sega Dreamcast. The first 128-bit console was extremely beautiful, just like, I'm not talking about my beautiful face, but I'm talking about the graphic of PC games. The Dreamcast and the PlayStation 2 was two of the best consoles ever created in the history of video games. The PS2 showed console could be a multimedia machine with the inclusion of DVD, but the online gaming was limited. The Sega Dreamcast was a huge innovation. It pushed online gaming for consoles and the inclusion of DLC, and the memory card was unique and interactive. It was ahead of its time. It was an intense competition, and they had to eliminate each other before the GameCube and the Xbox came to life. It's one of the last consoles where games were very interesting. I say it because back then there was a bigger diversity of games, and any games could be a great success. Sports game, RPG game, puzzle game, rhythm game, platformer game, visual novel game, adventure game, racing game, fighting game, and even new type of game. But sadly, younger gamers today only care about one thing, Call of Duty and nothing else. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing against first-person shooters. I play Duke Nukem forever, yeah. Some of them don't know iconic video game characters like Pac-Man, Mega Man, Simon, and Alex from Alex the Kid. At least older gamers like us play different type of games. The PlayStation 2 and Sega Dreamcast made standard in today's gaming industry, like the online gaming, the multimedia machine, and the DLC that cause a lot of problems. It's recommended to play this. Ah! Ew! That's disgusting!
Docolocolo, I tricked you! Haha!
I need to wash my hands. Number 1. The Super Nintendo, also known as Super Famicom, and the Sega Genesis, also known as Sega Mega Drive. But first I will talk about their older consoles, the Nintendo and the Sega Master System. In most countries, Nintendo was more popular because they had more exclusive killer games, and game company had restrictions about the number of games they could release and on what console they could release their games. Nintendo had games like Castlevania, Mega Man, Contra, Mario, Zelda, Final Fantasy, Punch-Out, Tetris, Duck Hunt, Kid Icarus, Metroid, and Lolo. And Sega had less killer games like Wonder Boy, Fantasy Star, Shinobi, Alex Kidd, and Sonic game on the Master System came too little too late. Imagine if all the exclusive game for the Xbox was Final Fantasy, Grand Theft Auto, Assassin's Creed, Street Fighter, Virtua Fighter, Sonic, Soul Calibur, Tekken, Metal Gear, Gran Turismo, Mega Man, Call of Duty, Adventure of Docolocolo, Battlefield, Skyrim, and Fantasy Star. And the PlayStation 3 had only Uncharted, Ratchet & Clank, Ape Escape, and Killzone. The Xbox 360 would have a bigger advantage, and all the PlayStation 3 fans would do a yoga fire to Xbox fans.
Yoga fire! Yoga fire! Yoga fire!
Sega Genesis made more exclusive killer games on their system. The Super Nintendo had Mario, Final Fantasy, Breath of Fire, Kirby, Donkey Kong, Punch-Out, Ninja Gaiden, Ninja Warrior, Zelda, Star Fox, Metroid. And the Sega Genesis had more games like Sonic, Virtua Fighter, Fantasy Star, Virtua Racing, Thunder Force, Puyo Puyo, Arcade Version, V-Star, Vectorman, Shinobi, Lunar, The Silver Star, Shining Force, Golden Axe, Space Harrier, and Altered Beast. And there were more common games between the two systems like Contra, Mega Man, Castlevania, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Final Fight, NBA Jam, and Lemmings. I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot of games. The competition between these two consoles are legendary and pushed them to their limit. Commercial was entertaining, like Genesis does what Nintendo don't. Good game had a good quality, and game was more fun than today's game. These two consoles were the best of the 2D games in the history, and the value are unparalleled to this universe. People that took time to play one of these consoles will say it was one of the best consoles ever made in the history of the planet Earth. In terms of having fun, they are better than today's console. Only complete game was sold because DLC didn't exist at the time. It's also an era where video game company made a good mascot to represent their console. Kids could associate a video game console with a video game character. For example, Sonic equals Sega, Mario equals Nintendo. I can guarantee you that when we put a Sega Genesis and a Super Nintendo controller together, they will start fighting. Whew, man, they are crazy. At least I'm safe over here. Ouch, that hurt. What? Docolocolo, why did you tie me?
Because I'm going to torture you while I sing a song with my bad voice. Sega games are far more powerful. Battery life not wonderful. Sega game était plus puissant. La batterie n'est pas aboutissant. Coleco had a good vision, but he failed on his good mission. Coleco avait une bonne vision, mais il a manqué sa bonne mission. The DS equals screen double. The PSP was in trouble. La DS égale écran double. La PSP était en trouble. Console, gardez console, gardez console, garde console, garde console. Crazy and poor fanboys are dangerous. PS3 fanboys are preposterous. Fanboys for des Xbox sont dangereux. Fanboys du PS3 sont miséreux. Sega Dreamcast had an innovation. PS2 had motivation. Sega Dreamcast avait l'innovation. La PS2 avait la motivation. Genesis SNES had a quality. It was the best in the humanity. Genesis SNES avait la qualité. C'était le meilleur de l'humanité. Console war, console war, console war, console war. Gardez console.